We're at this huge turning point in the auto industry right now. It's not really about just adding more AI tools anymore. It's about a massive shift toward building organizations that are truly intelligent. And this is so much more than a tech upgrade. It's a completely new way of thinking. So today, let's unpack what that really means.
And this quote, wow, it just nails it, right? The biggest, most expensive mistake we're making with AI, it isn't about the tech, it's conceptual. We're not just picking the wrong software, we're actually failing to even imagine what's really possible here.
Okay, so let's get into it. To really understand where we need to go, we have to be honest about where we are right now. So, what does doing AI actually look like for most of us in the auto industry today?
I mean, does this list look familiar? I bet it does. This is basically the AI playbook for almost everyone right now. You've got teams using ChatGPT, you turn on the new AI features in your CRM, marketing gets some cool machine learning tools, and all of these are good things. They're useful. They create little pockets of value and they make specific departments better. But, and this is the critical turn, while every single one of those steps feels like a win, when you add them all up, they're creating this huge, hidden problem underneath the surface. It's like we're fine-tuning each part of the engine, but forgetting they all have to work together. And what that creates is this massive organizational bottleneck.
But here's the real question, the one that matters. Does all of that activity actually add up to an intelligent organization? Does it build a system that can learn and adapt on its own? Well, the tough answer is nope, not really. And this is where we start to see a hidden and very expensive cost emerge. And that brings us right to the core issue, the problem with being totally focused on tools. When we think of AI as just a collection of faster, smarter gadgets, we're literally walking ourselves into a strategic dead end. Let me show you exactly what I mean. Okay, look at this. It's such a stark contrast. On the left, you have organization A. They're doing all the right things, right? They're buying all the tools. But the key is that the intelligence, the smarts, it all stays trapped inside each separate tool. The sales tool doesn't really learn from the service tool. And all of this leads to this really powerful idea called coordination debt. Just think of it like the tax you have to pay because all your smart systems don't talk to each other. It's all the extra meetings, the spreadsheets, the manual work your people have to do just to stitch together the insights from all your disconnected intelligent tools. It's exhausting. And here's the real kicker. It's so counterintuitive. Buying that next amazing AI tool doesn't solve this problem. It actually makes it worse. Every new tool you add just creates another silo of intelligence that your team has to manually connect back to everything else, which just adds to that mountain of coordination debt. So, how do we get out of this trap? Well, it takes a massive shift in our thinking. We have to stop thinking about tools and start thinking about architecture. Let's look at a tale of two organizations to see what I mean. This slide just lays it out so clearly. On one side, you've got the organization that's just collecting tools. It gets more efficient, sure, and that's not bad. But on the other side, you have an organization that's building an intelligence architecture. Here, the intelligence doesn't just live in the software, it becomes part of the company's DNA. It's not about doing the same things faster, it's about doing fundamentally different things. And really, it all boils down to the questions we're asking. Tool thinkers are always asking, which AI tools should we buy? But architectural thinkers are asking, what capabilities do we need to build? One sees a short-term tech project, the other sees a long-term strategy for creating a competitive advantage that just gets stronger and stronger over time. So, okay, if more tools aren't the answer, then what is? Well, it means we need a whole new foundation. We have to shift our thinking from implementation to architecture. Now let's be super clear about what we mean by an intelligence architecture. This is not a list of software you need to buy. It's not your IT stack. Think of it as a strategic blueprint. It's the plan for how your organization is going to generate insights, how it's going to share them, and how it's going to govern them. The absolute key here is that the architecture, the design, comes first. Then you pick the tools that fit into your design, not the other way around. Okay, so how do we actually do this? How do we make the jump from just using AI tools to truly being an intelligent organization? Let's take a look at the path to get there. Frameworks like this pyramid are a really great way to visualize the journey. You see, everyone starts at the bottom, with some basic awareness. Then they move up and they get functional intelligence. You got a smart marketing team, a smart logistics team, but the real magic, the transformation that gives you that compounding advantage, that happens when you cross into the upper levels, when you get to connected and eventually agentic intelligence. So this leap right here, the architectural crossing between stage 3 and stage 4,
This is everything. This is the difference between having a smart sales team and a smart service team and being a smart organization. This is the moment AI stops being a tool your teams use and starts becoming the foundation your enterprise is built on. You see, sticking with just functional intelligence will eventually hit a ceiling. But achieving connected intelligence, that's where you get true compounding growth.
The thing is, most of the industry is kind of stuck in the bottom half of this pyramid. We're using AI for basic things, maybe we're even making one or two departments a little more efficient. But then we hit a wall, a coordination ceiling. And this is the exact point where our tool-based approach just falls apart. To break through that ceiling, we need a whole new way of thinking. So, how do we actually start that climb? The way forward is all about changing the questions we ask ourselves as leaders. It's way less about the tech and a whole lot more about organizational design. Look at these mindset shifts. We have to stop asking which AI tools should we buy and start asking what intelligence capabilities do we need to build. We have to stop obsessing over the short-term ROI of one tool and start thinking about how intelligence creates these compounding advantages that are almost impossible for competitors to copy. For example, instead of just a tool that predicts a customer might leave, you build a system that learns from every single interaction, sales, service, marketing, all of it, to proactively make their entire experience better. That's not a feature in a tool. That's an organizational reflex, and that is the shift we're talking about. When you boil it all down, this whole conversation comes down to a single, really profound strategic choice. And it's a choice that every single leader in this industry is facing right now, whether they realize it or not. And this is it. This is the whole ballgame. This is the question that should be on everyone's mind. We are way past the point of just deploying technology. With every single AI decision we make, we are actively, whether we mean to or not, designing the future version of our companies. The choice isn't about tools anymore. It's about intent. So what kind of organization are you building?